Roughly 12 months ago, I did a video predicting future booster box prices for all Sword and Shield booster box sets. And I worked off a bit of an equation, and I thought it was time to transfer what I did for Sword and Shield into Scarlet and Violet. Just so you know, this is a snippet from my video roughly 12 months ago. Hasn't the display changed in 12 months? But as you can see, I rank these from top to worst booster boxes that I thought will see movements in the next 12 months. And these weren't just based off anything, these were numbers based. And as you can see, the top four, Chilling Reign, Evolving Skies, Fusion Strike, and Lost Origin, are the four best performing booster boxes in the last 12 months. So there must be a little bit of method to this madness. And like I said, I thought it's time to transfer it to Scarlet and Violet. But this time around, I'm not just doing booster boxes, we're going to include holiday sets as well. In case you're extremely new to the hobby, main expansions have booster boxes and elite trainer boxes, whereas our holiday sets, which are typically smaller sets, although lately they're having nearly as many cards as the main expansions, don't have booster boxes and just have elite trainer boxes. Before we jump into it, I wanted to remind everyone, if you're not a member, it's easy to sign up. We're going to be doing a member giveaway at the end of each month. I'll leave all the info to that right at the last minute of this video, so hang around to check that out. And I also wanted to give a shout out to today's video sponsor, which is PokeNotify. This is an awesome Discord. It's very easy to join up. I'll leave the link in the description as well to join up to that. And we all know how hard it is to get product at the moment. So whether you're in Australia, New Zealand, America, or the United States, I should say, Canada, Europe, UK, this is the one-stop shop. 3 days complimentary in the Discord. If you want to sign up, you can sign up using the code PokeOz_25. It'll get you 25% off signing up. It shows you when products are hitting stores. We all know how hard it is to get products at the moment. So if you want to get your hands on some to open or your hands on some to keep sealed for a later investment, this is the place to do it. Like I said, all the info will be left in the description for PokeNotify. Great community there. Right, the method to the madness. What I used during that Sword and Shield era to work out what would be the top performing booster boxes over the next 12 months was a very simple ratio. It was essentially a ratio, although I used top 20 hits, it was essentially a ratio between total set value and current sealed price. And that ratio, the bigger the difference in the ratio, the more the sealed product had to catch up. And look, we can make the argument all we want that, singles are absolutely inflated at the moment, they're way overpriced, but are they? Maybe they're just correcting in Scarlet and Violet era. Who knows? Maybe they are massively overpriced. All I can say is we don't have a Magic 8 Ball. We can't predict what's going to happen in the future, so we can only work off what we have now. So what I've done, I've taken all Scarlet and Violet era sets, I've looked at total set value, and then the sealed price. And what I've done for holiday sets, so we know there's 36 booster packs, of course, inside a booster box. So what I've done for the holiday sets is multiplied the elite trainer box, just the standard elite trainer box, by 4, because there's 9 packs inside there, 4 9s are 36, so we're getting the equivalent 36 packs of a booster box. So you'd have to buy 4 elite trainer boxes from a holiday set that doesn't have a booster box to get the amount of packs that come with a booster box. I thought that the fairest way to do it. I excluded Pokemon Center elite trainer boxes because, it gets the promo in there, it adds extra value to it, the stamp promo that is, so I thought we'd just keep it with the elite trainer box, the standard elite trainer box. And the results were very, very surprising. I'll rank them at the end of this video, but I wanted to talk you through them from base set through to where we're up to at the moment, Prismatic Evolutions, and then we can rank them at the end. So in case you didn't realize, base set has a total set value of $555, and the booster box price currently is $143. So what that's saying is the total set value is 3.9 times the booster box price. So we could argue here the booster box is undervalued. And look, again, people might say the singles have been absolutely pumped to the moon and everyone's, pumping them up at the moment and the prices are inflated and they're going to get corrected. They could well do that. But all I'm saying is we've got to work off what we have now. They could also keep going higher because we don't know what's going to happen in the future. With this in mind, there's one caveat I want to make. Scarlet and Violet is a very new era. There's every chance that and keep in mind all of these sets are in rotation. There's every chance All, some, none, most of, whatever you want to use, could get reprinted. And if that happens, this could of course have a massive impact on a lot of things. The sealed pricing should drop a little bit, and then also we should get more supply of the singles because there's more product in the market. It could have an impact on the singles as well. But all I'm saying is all we can work off is what we have now. So Scarlet and Violet base, the total set value is 3.9 times the booster box price. So like I'm saying, we could argue that the booster box is undervalued because what eventually happens with total set value and sealed price, at the moment we're here. Total set value and sealed price. We're away in Scarlet and Violet and base. Eventually, the sealed product always, it never has not happened. It will always catch up to singles pricing. Even in a set like Skyridge, which has the highest total set value out of any set Pokemon's ever created, the booster box price has eclipsed the total set value. So eventually what this is saying is this booster box one day, whether it's in 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, will eclipse the $555 total set value. Unless this is the one booster box in history that bucks that trend, it's eventually going to happen. Moving on to Obsidian Flames. Sorry, not Obsidian Flames, Paldea Evolve. Current set value, $1,109. $200. The booster box has finally reached $200 US. Currently, the total set value is 5.5 times that of the booster box. So we could argue that the Paldea Evolve booster box is more undervalued than what the Scarlet and Violet base booster box is, based on this equation and this theory that I'm working on. What's next? Obsidian Flames. $350 total set value. Booster box climbed up to $177. So there's only 1.9 times the difference. So that's the difference. Total set value is 1.9 times the price of the booster box. So we could argue that maybe the little run that Obsidian Flames has had to 177, it's actually a decent little run and it might not have the same over the next 12 months based on this equation. 151, this is a really interesting one. Total set value, 1,393. 4 elite trainer boxes based on current pricing is going to cost you $632. Now the difference in that, it's only 2.2 times the 4 elite trainer box price, the total set value. Remember, we need 4 elite trainer boxes to equal our 1 booster box. So you could also argue that 151's been on a massive tear. Yes, the singles have been, but so has the sealed. The sealed's been on a massive tear. Elite trainer boxes are expensive. So maybe over the next 12 months, because that's what we're working on here, these are sets that I think will see big growth over the next 12 months with a sealed product. Keeping in mind reprints could have an impact on it. We could argue that 151's had a decent tear and it might not perform overly strongly over the next 12 months. I can see it just, as a sealed product creeping up a little bit. I don't see it, tripling or quadrupling in price like we're seeing in, sets like those ones that I gave you from Sword and Shield, Lost Origin and Evolving Skies and Fusion Strike, etc. Paradox Rift, $901 total set value. Booster box price, $149. 6 times the price, the total set value than the booster box. Using this equation, we could argue that Paradox Rift booster box is fairly undervalued. In fact, more undervalued than Paldea Evolve's booster box at $200. Next one. What are we up to now? Paldea and Fates, isn't it? Another holiday set. $1,386 total set value. $384 for 4 elite trainer boxes. 3.6 times the total set value compared to 4 elite trainer boxes, so equaling 1 booster box worth of packs. Again, you could argue eventually it's got to catch up. It's just got to. 3.6 times. It's a long way away. Temporal Forces is the next set to come out. $853, $162 booster box, 5.2 times total set value versus booster box price. So you could argue between Temporal Forces and Paradox Rift that perhaps the Paradox Rift booster box is slightly more undervalued than what the Temporal Forces one is. So in my opinion, using this equation, you're probably going to see a touch more growth on a Paradox Rift booster box over the next 12 months than you are a Temporal Forces booster box. Next set to come out, Twilight Masquerade. Total set value $1,086. $185 is the booster box price. We're a fair way off here, 5.9 times the price. So, Twilight Masquerade, another one. Unless we see a reprint, it's a very undervalued booster box using this equation. What comes next? Shrouded Fable, wasn't it? Yeah, Shrouded Fable. $652 total set value. A few of those cards have been pumping like that Persian, hey? $182 to grab yourself 4 Elite Trainer boxes, which means we're 3.6 times the total set value compared to 4 Elite Trainer boxes. Another one, Stellar Crown, $537 for total set value, $166 booster box, 3.2 times. So you could argue, maybe we're not going to see a lot of growth for Stellar Crown over the next 12 months using this equation. Surging Sparks, $1,840 total set value, $241 booster box price, 7.6. Total set value, 7.6 times the booster box price. I know in Australia we should be seeing a restock of Surging Sparks around March, like maybe end of this month, maybe March. I presume maybe the US is seeing something similar, which could change. Like I said, it could bring down the total set value. It could also bring down the booster box price. We'll have to wait and see. And finally, Prismatic Evolutions. And look, I think there's some leveling out to do from the singles here. They're at an all-time high because of the massive supply issues, but all we can do is work off current pricing. $8,129 total set value. 4 Elite Trainer boxes going off, rough market price is going to cost you somewhere around $450 US, maybe $500 US, which is like 18 times. Total set value is 18 times the price of 4 Elite Trainer boxes. What it's telling us, if we don't see reprints for Prismatic Evolutions over the next 12 months, that arguably should be the best performing sealed product. Why can't Prismatic get close to, above, a 151 Elite Trainer box price? So using this equation, you might say, well, it's a little bit far-fetched, but yes and no. All it's saying is the relationship between total set value and booster box price. And as I said, over time, they always eventually catch each other where the booster box overtakes it. And look, the stronger the total set value means the stronger the set, the better the hits inside it, the better the chase cards, the better the Pokemon, the better the artwork, the better all that is, the better the booster box or the sealed product's going to perform. And I know Evolving Skies is a massive outlier, but just look at that set as the best modern example. Look at Team Up. Look at Cosmic Eclipse. Look at, a lot of XY era booster boxes like Primal Clash, which is a strong set. Finally, the box price is well and truly overtaking the total set value. Like I said, it could take 2 years, it could take 3 years, it could take 5 years, it could take 10. Eventually they'll overtake it. So if we're looking at the next 12 months and we were to rank all these sets in order, it goes pretty simple. So sitting at the top of the queue, and like I said, we're due for more product of this. And look, this total set value needs to find an equilibrium. I can't see it staying at $8,000. So look, it's sitting at number one only because what we're working with is what we've got at the moment. But this could well change in the next 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. But currently Prismatic Evolutions, unless we see a drastic change to that total set value, which I imagine we will, we might also not, it's sitting at number one. Number two on the list, and same thing, unless we see a drastic change to that total set value or more stock come on the market like I've suggested we will, Surging Sparks, number two. And look, maybe it's a bit early to call these. When I did it on Sword and Shield, the era was over, so it made it a little bit more predictable. So maybe take the top 1 and 2 with a little bit of grain of salt, because we should be predicted to see some reprints of these sets. But some things we can take out of it. I don't want to go through all 12 again, but some things we can take out. Here's some good takeaways from this. One is that Temporal Forces versus Paradox Rift. And people, Temporal Forces is probably a slightly better set. But based on, the total value of the set and the booster box value, Paradox Rift at the moment over the next 12 months should arguably be the better performer out of those two sets if you're looking at investing. 151 is another really good takeaway. It's seen so much massive growth over the last 12 months that maybe the next 12 months might quiet down a little bit, because currently total set value is only 2 times 4 Elite Trainer box price or 36 booster packs. So maybe it's seen so much growth recently, the next 12 months might just cool off a little bit. It'll still go up, trust me, it will. It's 151. Unless we see the world's biggest reprint, 151 Elite Trainer boxes will still go up over the next 12 months. So what you can really take away from this is you can take away what's going to be a better performing investment essentially over the next 12 months than something else. And if we look at maybe some of the older sets, they're probably where I'd look at putting some safer money. Like it would be safer, in my opinion, at Paldea Evolved, 5.5 times the difference between total set value and booster box price. For me, that would be a safer investment, paying $200 for a Paldea Evolved booster box than paying $241 for a Surging Sparks booster box, which might well get a reprint anytime soon. I also think something like a Paradox Rift is like a sneaky investment that we might not see coming. Hopefully this equation makes a little bit of sense. It's probably something I'll do again once the whole Scarlet and Violet era is over and we're moving into Gen 10. I think we can do the same as what I did with the Sword and Shield boxes, and we can clearly get 4 winners, like that Chilling Reign, Evo Skies, Fusion Strike, Lost Origin scenario that I did pretty much 12 months ago. You know, that's proven to be an absolute winner. It was such a great strategy just to put the numbers in front of myself to work out what would be a good investment, you know, what's undervalued. Hopefully everyone's got some takeaways out of this video. I'm Michael, this is PokeOz. Catch everyone next time. We'll be doing a channel member giveaway for every month in 2025. Of course, starting with January 2025. All you need to do is be a member by the end of the month. This month's giveaway is the Koraidon EX from Scarlet and Violet base. Hopefully, as the channel grows and we get more members, we can do some sweet and better giveaways. But one of you will be taking home the Koraidon EX by the end of January. So I'll leave a link in the description to this video to the channel membership. It also gets you some other awesome perks. You know, you get the emojis. You can email me asking any investment related questions. Just use your YouTube handle and I'll get back to you. That's about it. Channel member giveaway.